What comes to mind when you hear the word waves? Things like surfing or a relaxing day at the beach may come to mind. But here's the thing, we often forget about some waves because 99% of us spend our entire lives on land, never setting foot on a ship. The oceans of our planet are responsible for some of the world's most extreme weather. We just don't see it very often, since considering their size, it's understandable that most of the time not a lot of people are there to witness it. But you won't have to miss out anymore, because in this video, we're going to be looking at 12 world's largest waves caught on camera. Number 12. Extreme waves at the Indian Ocean. Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and Australia all rely heavily on the Indian Ocean. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important maritime waterways in the world, linking the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman, both of which are connected to the Indian Ocean. However, due to an oceanic temperature pattern known as the dipole, the Indian Ocean has some of the world's most volatile weather. It's when the water surface temperatures are drastically different on one side of the ocean from the other. The impact is exacerbated when the winter season arrives, which is exactly where the ship found itself. This ship was part of the team searching for the wreckage of the Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which supposedly vanished somewhere in the area. However, the sea was way harsher than usual on this day of the search. The ship was pummeling by waves that were between 10 and 15 feet high, or around 4 meters. While this may not seem like really big, waves of this size can easily throw ships around. As the ship passes through the waves, it slammed into the sea on the other side, forcing the boat to bang against the water and hurl massive waves over the edge. While the footage is scary enough, it's nothing compared to what it looks like from the captain's perspective. Sailing under these conditions is one of the most terrifying things a skipper can do. One can only imagine what the captain was thinking when he hit these weather conditions. Number 11. Huge waves throw ship around. This ship was sailing across the ocean when it encountered a rough patch. The waves were slamming onto the exterior of the ship. They were so powerful that every time one came crashing into the ship, it would be lifted up in the air and slam back down on the surface of the ocean. Water was splashing around everywhere and filling up the deck. Props to the captain for managing to stay afloat.
Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Facts Junkie and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot. It actually works.
Number 10. Ships sailing through ocean storm. How is the ocean even real? This looks like a scene from an alien movie where the protagonist is stuck on a weird planet. The RNZN vessel, HMNZS Otago, was sailing through the Southern Ocean when an incredibly rough storm hit the area, with swells going as high as 20 meters and winds reaching up to 80 kilometers per hour. The ship was bouncing around like crazy. The strong winds were splashing all over the ship, going over the deck and onto the captain's cabin. It's a miracle that the captain can navigate through that sort of turbulence. Number 9. The Nuka Arctica versus the Northern Ocean. The Nuka Arctica is a container ship stationed in the Danish capital of Copenhagen. The ship is frequently used to transport items to Greenland, as well as to conduct scientific measurements of the water in that part of the world. The Nuka Arctica, with a length of just over 430 feet, isn't a small ship by any means, but it's also not the largest, so you can be sure that people on board will experience the effects of severe weather. In a video recorded by someone on board, we get a first-hand look at the fury of these storms. The massive and powerful waves of the North Atlantic reach out as far as the eye can see, rocking the ship back and forth. Wind gusts of up to 100 miles per hour pound the vessel. It's a sight to behold, and a circumstance that would be horrifying if not for everyone on board's expertise. Storms like these are common in the region, and they can be even more powerful at times, which is why modern ships are equipped to endure waves of this magnitude with ease, but it doesn't make them any less terrifying. Number 8. Massive wave flips boat over. What makes this wave so terrifying is the fact that it isn't in the middle of the ocean, it's right on the shore. The huge wave first lifts the boat high up in the air. You can see people trying to swim away from the distance, but the real trouble is yet to come. Another massive wave comes crashing into the boat and sends it flying, flipping it over and dropping it upside down. Number 7. Massive waves crash into oil rig. The North Sea is one of the world's most dangerous bodies of water. The warm waters of the Gulf Stream combine with near-Arctic temperatures from the northern Atlantic and Scandinavian countries, resulting in some incredibly choppy seas. However, because it is an area rich in oil and other natural resources, there are many oil rigs sprinkled all over the sea. What people forget is that these oil rigs, which are as massive as ships and sometimes even larger, float. They're just tied to the ocean floor, so they're like tiny floating communities that are at the mercy of the pounding waves. The oil rig has a few turbines hidden beneath the ocean that help maintain its balance and prevents it from being moved by the wind and tides. Large tanks are used to store or expel water in order to maintain a perfect balance. However, when the waves are this rough, even these things aren't enough. The oil rig Borgholm Dolphin was caught in the heart of a massive storm in 2015. As the ocean rises and falls, the enormous platform sways from side to side.